How'd he come to the conclusion that this giant lizard is in charge of balancing nature?
Oh, well, because I write the lines he
Oh.
said. Oh, okay, you told him to say it.
No proof whatsoever.
So hey guys, NS Monken here. Thanks for hanging out. Today's reaction to the latest pitch meeting from Screen Rant. This is Godzilla. Now, I had to do a bit of a double take for this one because I couldn't remember if this was the one he reviewed last time, but no, it was actually the latest Godzilla movie that he did. And I remember this movie being decent, but I'm sure Ryan George is going to find so many ways to prove me wrong here. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, please go over and support Screen Rant and Ryan George's channels. I'll leave both those links along with a link to the original video in the description. And if you enjoy what see your name, you know what I mean. If you get that like button, some love, and subscribe for more daily reactions. Without any further ado, let's go.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir,
Hey.
I do. I was thinking we could do a Godzilla movie.
Oh, that's a recognizable name, and we haven't made one in a while. That checks all the boxes.
It sure does, sir. And I was thinking we could get Bryan Cranston to be in it.
Oh, he's coming hot off of Breaking Bad. He's very in demand
Absolutely.
right now.
Very hot.
Yeah, he is. He's so hot. That's...
What?
Yeah, I mean, sure, good-looking
Yeah,
guy. So what
yeah.
happens in the movie?
Okay.
Well, we're gonna follow Bryan Cranston's guy, Joe Brody, right? And he and his wife work at this Japanese power plant.
Right, okay.
And there's like some weird seismic activity going on, so he sends his wife to go check it out, and she ends up dying.
Oh.
That's fatal.
It is, and the whole
It's
plant
very
Gets
fatal.
destroyed. It's a huge disaster.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so then years later, Joe's son is this military bomb diffuser guy, right?
What's his son's name?
Ford.
Oh, selling your child's name as advertising space is tight. No, that's not a thing. Sure it is. Just
No.
ask my sons, Ben and Jerry, and Outback Steakhouse.
Outback
It's not
Steakhouse.
okay that you did that.
Well, anyway, Ford comes home after 14 months and he gets to see his wife and his kid.
Right.
But
That's
then he
nice.
gets a call that his father's been arrested in Japan.
What for?
Well, he broke into this restricted zone where his house used to be to recover some discs and files of research.
Oh. Yeah, he's obsessed with what happened.
He thinks the government's hiding something.
Okay, okay.
So then Ford goes to bail him out and they end up breaking into the restricted zone again.
Couldn't that have some pretty serious implications? A U.S. military guy breaking into another government's restricted zone?
I imagine it could, yeah,
Yeah,
putting
it
his entire career
should.
and family at risk, but the movie has to happen, so he's not gonna think about that stuff.
Yeah,
Fair
sure.
enough.
So they
Why
get
not?
arrested again, and they get brought to this facility, and then a big monster pops out.
Oh, Godzilla? Nope.
Oh, and then there's this big collapse, and Joe gets hurt real bad.
Oh no, does he survive? He does. Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
so then they're
it
in a
looks so much worse than what they actually just showed there.
Helicopter, and Joe is in a stretcher, and that's the point he survives up until.
What?
Well, he casually dies, so he's not gonna be in the movie anymore. He's our main guy. That's
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston. It was, but we gotta get him out of the movie now. But he's gonna be our big name in all the marketing. Well, this way we can focus on his much less interesting and charismatic son, who has less of a personal attachment to the research and story and monsters.
Yeah, so remember the whole thing about bringing Bryan Cranston in, who was, like he said, hot off of Breaking Bad. Everybody knew who he was. Everybody wanted to see more of him. Let's just kill him off. Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay, so Brian's just barely in the movie. That's right, and you know who else is barely gonna be in the movie?
Oh, please don't say Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna follow a bunch of human characters and also just straight up some other monsters called Mutos. So should we maybe title the movie Muto then? No, we should call it Godzilla, because that's how we're gonna get people to
Yeah,
come
that's
look
the
at our
record- yeah.
Mutos.
Oh, I don't like how that sounded.
It did somehow sound inappropriate.
Yeah,
So then
it
what
was.
happens?
Well, these researchers, Vivian and Dr. Sarazawa, they decide their only hope is to talk to Ford.
Why?
Well, because they need to know what his father knew.
So why don't they go through his research and stuff?
Unclear. So then they all realize that these monsters are
forget about that.
communicating with echolocation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and then we're gonna see Godzilla.
Oh boy, here we go. Kind of. Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna be swimming and he's gonna dive under a ship and pop out on the other side.
Why does he dive under the ship? Doesn't Godzilla just kind of destroy everything in his path?
Well, this ship has an important character on it, so he's gonna avoid it.
Plot
Oh, a
armor.
very considerate lizard.
So then this monster shows up in Hawaii and Godzilla shows up too to fight it.
Oh boy, we're gonna see them fight?
Yeah, but no, actually, we're gonna cut away.
Okay.
And so Godzilla starts chasing this thing, off screen, of course, and they both cause a bunch of destruction.
So why is Godzilla chasing it?
Well, Dr. Sarazawa says that Godzilla's probably like a power to restore balance in the natural world.
Oh, that is quite the leap.
How'd he come to the conclusion that this giant lizard is in charge of balancing nature?
Oh, well, because I write the lines he
Oh.
said. Oh, okay, you told him to say it.
No
Yeah,
proof
yeah, so we're
whatsoever.
gonna find find out that this monster's on his way to mate with a female, and they need a bunch of radiation to do that.
Oh, kinky.
So since these monsters feed on radiation, the military's plan is to lure them out to sea with this big nuke and then blow them all up.
Okay.
But these monsters have EMP abilities, so they gotta use like an old mechanical bomb. They gotta transport it by train instead of by air.
Won't the radiation from the bomb attract the monsters to the train?
It
You
can
would
and
think.
it does.
Right? That seems like an obvious thing that would happen.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so one of the monsters destroys the train and steals a warhead.
Uh-oh, so what does the military do with the mechanical bomb?
Well, the train's all busted now, so they gotta travel by air.
I thought they couldn't do that.
Yeah, but now they can.
Oh, okay.
And so they set the timer on this nuke for an hour and a half later.
Oh, they got it to where it needs to be? That's good.
No, they started ahead of time.
What?
Yeah, they start a timer on a nuclear bomb without any guarantee they can bring it to its destination on
Seems
time.
like a
Yeah,
bad
that's-
idea.
Why?
So the movie can have higher stakes at
Sure.
a timer.
That works. Hey, what's
Uh-huh.
Ford doing through all this?
Oh, well, he's present. He's around for he sees it all.
Oh.
Yeah, anytime the
Okay.
military has a new part to their plan, he's like, hey guys, can I come along?
Shouldn't he get home to his family?
Yeah, but instead he's
think.
gonna be like, hey guys, can I come along?
What's the deal with his wife anyway? What's going on with her?
What do you mean?
Well, what about her character? Tell me about her personality.
Wife?
What? Nurse?
All right, but
Mother? These aren't personality traits.
dear.
Wife, nurse, mother. All right.
yeah, and at a certain point, she's gonna put her son on a bus that's headed to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, has she not seen every disaster movie ever?
And then the
No.
Golden Gate Bridge is gonna get destroyed.
No
But
way!
the kid doesn't die, so giving her kid up to a coworker and then just kind of running around the city aimlessly ended up being good parenting.
Oh, well, great.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
then the
terrible
monsters
parenting.
are gonna try to settle down and start a family, but Godzilla and the humans are gonna be like, nope, and they kill their babies.
A little messed up when you phrase it that
Yeah, a
way.
little
So
bit.
Godzilla's gonna start fighting these monsters, and sometimes we're gonna be able to see some of
Only
it through the
sometimes?
darkness and smoke and stuff.
No
Wow,
way.
Wow, wow, wow. And then Ford is gonna do a cool halo jump with some soldiers instead of trying to find his family.
Very exciting.
cool
And
scene.
Godzilla's gonna be fighting both these monsters and knocking down buildings, you know, monster stuff.
Yikes, yeah, it's going to be tough
That's
for him
part
to
of the
figure
movie.
out how to beat them, I guess.
Actually, it's gonna be
Super
super
easy.
easy.
Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, eventually he starts using his atomic breath power, and so that really helps. He kills both of them.
Why didn't he do that
he
in the
messed them
first
up.
place?
Unclear.
Well, okay then.
So then Ford is
Suspense.
gonna find himself at the edge of the city with the nuclear bomb with just 5 minutes left on the timer.
Oh, so he's going to use the one skill we've established he has and disarm the bomb?
Ah, that would have been good, but no.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he's got the bomb on this little whale watching boat, and he's got to get it 20 miles away from the city. In 5 minutes? So that thing's got to go like 240 miles per hour?
If
Damn.
that's what the math is on that,
Sure, so then it does that, and Ford gets picked up by a helicopter, which somehow saw him in the midst of all the chaos.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
great.
sure.
And then Godzilla walks into the ocean, and people on TV are like, is Godzilla our savior? Didn't Godzilla cause just as much death and destruction as the other monsters?
Sure did.
He did, but he also killed them, so he's just like the killer monster that didn't die.
Yeah, so he's a savior now.
Well, okay then.
Yeah,
And so that's
savior.
about it. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a pretty good Godzilla movie. Who do you think we should get to play Ford and wife nurse mother? Oh, definitely two actors that would also make convincing siblings. What?
Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot how much they really do look alike. And that, of course, is Elizabeth Olsen there on the left. Yep, Godzilla cast finalized, begins production in Canada. Recorded in Vancouver Island. Also have the final cast, which includes Ken Watanabe, who, of course, you know, is in the most recent Godzilla movie. But here's kind of the thing with Godzilla movies. For the most part, they either try to focus a little too much on the actual story than, you know, seeing Godzilla himself, and the whole thing is just, you know, trying to find, like, the right balance between the two. And then when you're telling the story from the human side, you know, have it actually make sense, right? Because there were so many things in the last Godzilla movie that didn't really make much of any sense. But I felt like this movie did a much better job with it, even though we didn't get to see as much Godzilla as, you know, we really wanted to. Because when it comes to Godzilla movies, like the original Godzilla movies, like we see him come out, like we know the Godzilla's motivation is to like destroy everything. And then the people are like, oh no, we have to protect him. We have to protect the city from him and all this other stuff. And then you introduce other monsters, and then you're sort of rooting for him to win, even though he's causing all sorts of destruction. And here, they really didn't focus too much on him at all. And I felt like if Bryan Cranston was more involved in this movie, considering how good of an actor he is, again, coming off of Breaking Bad, the more he would have been in this movie, I feel like the better everyone around him would have been, because he's one of those actors who tends to make everybody around him so much better, and it would have helped so much more with what's going on in the story. And I don't know if he would have seen more Godzilla, but because probably not. I don't think he would have that much creative control, but like the human part of the story we would be able to identify better with, because he's able to portray that much better like he did in all of Breaking Bad. So that will do it for me here. And before I go, though, we'll give a huge shout out to all of my $5 and up supporters on Patreon: Marvin Espinoza, Cruising, and Wolverine310. Thank you guys so much. And with that being said, comment down below. Let me know which Godzilla movie is your favorite. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Also, if you want to see past reactions I've done to other pitch meetings, got a nice playlist right over there full of videos for you. Share this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Ring the notification bell because I put up new videos every single day. And I'll see you guys next time.